Alrighty, what is up guys? Evanaldo here. I wanted to give you a Bitcoin and Ethereum technical analysis update. Right now in the last video, I told you it was probably going to be a good short opportunity coming up based on especially split RSIs on some of these time frames. Look, came down, locked in profits for my short, added a bit to my short. This is all in the exclusive Discord, but highly recommend waiting till December 1st if you want to join. Link is in the description below. Reason to wait because you will be double charged if you sign up right now. So just wait till the 1st. That would be the best thing to do. And let's get into the analysis. So the first thing I want to show you, I've been talking about it in a lot of videos right now. Pretty rare bearish sign with the red dot here on the 2-week. This could bring us down a lot. I mean, this could has potential to bring us down to 9K even. I'm not saying we're going to go that low, but it's possible. But the good sign here for a long-term strategy is wait till this gets in the red. I would wait till it confirms in the red. This could be in a few weeks, a month, maybe even January, who knows. But it's probably going to be something like this. Probably a nice 6 to 8 month, 8-month nice DCA period for, a potential. I mean, you're probably not going to get 800%, but in the next bull run, you probably could get at least, 300, 400, 500%, something like that by 2025. Some area like that, probably more for Ethereum, but that's what I'm looking for to really start DCAing it. So that's the 2-week right there. I want to look quickly at the 16-day. Not yet, but we will probably print a red dot, which will kind of invalidate. Well, we've already invalidated this being the bottom here for the first time ever, first time in history, sadly, that this deep anchor wave on the 16-day was not the bottom for both Bitcoin and Ethereum. Still could be the bottom for Ethereum theoretically. We haven't made a lower low for that, but I think we will pretty soon. So that's the next one we're kind of waiting for to see printed. And we can look at some of these time frames here, kind of getting deep into the red here. If it's like this on the 12-day, I mean that would bring you get a few more months to wait for a potential bottom, maybe down in these areas around 10K. That's possible as well early next year for a bottom. But let's get into more of the short-term stuff here. And this is more of a trading channel overall. I mean, look, this is the case here on your 6-day. For coming down approximately another, let's see here, 40%, and 40% there is going to bring you around 10K. So that's that big point for 10K. If we get there within the next month or two, that's a good buying opportunity. I think there's a good shot that could be the bottom. Very good shot. Not saying you can't go lower, but that's a good shot for long term. And I think as long as Bitcoin doesn't go to zero, that should be a very good buying opportunity. Obviously, never financial advice though. And yeah, I mean, your 3-day, you're trying to come up to print the green dot. It doesn't mean too much to me because everything else doesn't look too good. 2-day back in the red, that does not look good. And the time frame I really want to show you here, this is a little bit of a hidden time frame that people don't look at as much, so it could be useful. 22-hour blood diamond. Now, the last time we had this, oh man, I mean, it's got a good success rate. It's got here not so much in October, but other than that, most of the time this gives you what you're looking for. And right here, 35% down. So that's the general kind of guess I've been making here for the longest time. 30, around 10K. Everything's kind of pointing to 10K here. Whether it's depressing or a good thing, some people are happy that's going down that low so they can buy at a lower price. Some people are pretty sad about it, pick your poison. I mean, everybody's got a different opinion. This played out a little bit on the 8-hour. I would say you're going to probably get lower with the RSIs, get lower before you hit a bottom, and that could be a local bottom, and that could be here. It could be even lower. You do still have a technical target at around 14, around the spiral line right here. That could be a big place to look at. So yeah, it does seem like you're going to go down farther, especially with these blood diamonds kind of on these lower time frames. I mean, 4-hour blood diamonds usually, if it's like that, you're going to play around with this spiral line pocket right there. Within, let's see, that would be by Wednesday, next few days, play around with that. And then, yeah, I mean, hourly as well. Yellow X's, a lot of times you could get 3 or 4, 3, 4, 5 yellow X's to a potential local bottom. Anywhere in this area, you're probably going to see that. And some of these lower time frames are even coming lower right now. Good thing I added to the shorts a little while ago. But yeah, nothing looking like indicative of a trend reversal to come back up just yet. Move on to Ethereum here. And Ethereum, not as many blood diamonds. I mean, the 22-hour red dot, but not as many blood diamonds here. But you have your 16-day red dot that confirms the 4 days. Not a good sign. I think inevitably, there's going to be probably a capitulation, probably a reckoning with this down to these areas, sadly. And that's kind of the same kind of deal. In terms of DCA opportunity, let's see if it's similar to, yeah, I mean, the 12-day may be that possibility. That may be waiting a little bit too long if you want to wait till, well, even mid to late December. Kind of the same thing as like the 2-week on Bitcoin coming into the red. But the 10-day, this I believe is confirmed in the red right now. This would be, I mean, I'm waiting to see if we drop down a lot more, but this would be not a bad DCA opportunity, probably a little bit longer one, because December 20, end of 2018 all the way to April of 2020, that's over a year. So it's a longer DCA opportunity. But for now, I'm kind of waiting, kind of being more patient with the market to see if we get a capitulation like we've seen, at the end of the year in 2014 into 2015 and the end of 2018. So it could be similar to that. Like I showed you on in Bitcoin, this money flow could absolutely bring you down quite a bit more. What would be nice is if we get this real quick, we just get that capitulation really quick, 58% or whatever. You're in this range. I think this range is going to give you what you need long term here. I think this range, if you could get an average place, a DC average entry around 5 something, assuming you make new all-time highs, you could get at least kind of a 10x here probably. So that would be really nice. And let's look at some of these lower time frames. I mean, you do have the confirmed, 2-day green dot. Looks like it's just going to roll over, print a red dot right after, probably what the daily is about to do here. Red hike and ashy candle now, and 12-hour continuation of that red dot with the red X. Could be like that theoretically. I mean, you could repeat something of that nature. That's a big drop off. I mean, this is 36%, kind of what we've been mapping out for Bitcoin. They do follow each other pretty closely. That's down to the 700s. There's not much there. So I think for ETH, you could have more people kind of giving up, obviously less institutional hodling money in Ethereum. So that could crash more. These lower time frames, I think you could just come deeper into this red here. The next big place that you're looking for is kind of there. Obviously this is going to be a huge level. This is basically 1100 is going to be a huge place to look for potential long. And it seems like we're going to get there pretty soon based on some of these time frames. Nothing looking, just like Bitcoin, nothing looking indicative of a trend reversal yet. Next power line, 1136. It's a good place to take some profits on a short, definitely. In terms of Bitcoin dominance, this is weird. Blood diamond on the weekly, I think that's kind of a fluke. I think it may go away. This is Bitcoin dominance without stablecoins, which is a good one to look at. It's came up quite a bit since January. I think it could get up, maybe a double top with this in March or something, which is going to be probably the place to really start getting into altcoins. If you get a double top with this, if you come up higher, which I think you might. I think you definitely might. I don't know about the 12 weekly blood diamond. I don't like too much compared to the 6 days, but I think it should come up farther. And I think this is kind of, people are wondering, when to start getting really into altcoins. If you get in like a double top pattern here and starts to come down, that's going to be the place. In terms of the Dixie right now, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this, but I think in terms of this recession we're in, we're kind of about halfway through, and there's a big fib level at around 130. I think you could continue forward until about 130 into mid, quarter 2, quarter 3 of next year, maybe even later next year, some point in 2023. That's after quarter 1, I would say, to this area, and this is where you probably want to start getting out of the dollar, never financial advice, and that's going to be obviously still really good opportunity for probably crypto, really a lot of asset classes, S&P 500. I think that's going to outperform the NASDAQ for a while. We're seeing the kind of the NASDAQ start to come down here. I don't have my fib level drawn out, I believe, maybe on the NASDAQ I do. Anyway, but there is a pretty decent fib level that we rejected off of, and what I want to show you right here, what I want to show you, look at that blue triangle, kind of that pattern. I think you should kind of come down farther here. And look at those split RSIs in the 16-hour. Those usually don't lie. I mean, right here, nice top there. You came up a little bit. And it's not a bearish div here. It's not a bearish div, but you absolutely could come down quite a bit farther into your next leg down here for the NASDAQ. This one's not the same thing on the 10-hour. Same thing on a lot of these time frames probably, but I do think you're going to come down here. So yeah, that's the analysis right now. Hope you got something out of the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. Also, please check out my link to BITGET down below. Really good promo going on right now. Check that out. Really good bonus if you want to trade. If you're an experienced trader, you do need a VPN if you're in the US. Check out my course down below. I think there's a day or two more for the discount code Black Friday. That's 30% off. Coupon code Black Friday. It's on evanaldo.com. And wait till the 1st of December to check out the Patreon. All right, guys, have a good one. Goodbye.